Ngizothuma bani? Who shall I send? Who shall I send to save the Zimbabweans from the hand of the oppressor? For let's face it, those that have been sent, the CCC, have failed, are failing, and intend to fail in their assignment of setting Zimbabwe free. But they are doing well in their assignment given by the gold mafia to pretend as if they are setting Zimbabwe free. I always call CCC a pretend opposition. And it gets me in trouble with a lot of people because people have a hope. But Nestle Chamisa is only selling hopium. It is a drug that makes you think that things are going to change, but things will not change. That what a drug does. It takes you high, then you come down. You go and look for another hit, takes you high, then you come down again. You got high before the 2018 election. Change is coming, change is coming, change is coming. Hey, after election, rigged election, let's go to court. Hey. The court says no, and then we wait for 2023. Same story. Change is coming, change is coming. We told you, boycott this election. They legitimize Zanu PF. No, we're gonna go for elections. Then the results come out. Just announced just like that with no evidence of anything. And what does the CCC say? No, we're not gonna go to the court. We'll wait for SADC. What does SADC say? Nothing. Just a waste of time. Everything is just a coordinated attempt by the gold mafia, the ruling elite in Zimbabwe. You know, this ruling elite in Harare, they've become very clever over the years. They have now captured CCC itself. And nobody, you're not going to hear anybody saying this except for me. I'm probably the only YouTuber that says this thing. Because most of the YouTubers that support CCC are part and parcel of the gold mafia themselves. Let me teach you something about the elite in Zimbabwe in Harare if people didn't know. This is how these guys work. they, they are all at it. They just want him. The only person who's losing in Zimbabwe is the one who wakes up in the morning and they don't have money for food. Everybody, people are making money in Harare. Zanu PF is making money. CCC is making money. And all that money that is made at the expense of the whole country. The whole business of opposing Zanu PF is actually a business. It is a money-making scheme. Nelson Chamisa and his structureless party are actually one huge scam that Zimbabwe is experiencing. But people are afraid of saying it because they are afraid of Nelson Chamisa. I am not. They are afraid that when Nelson Chamisa becomes president, he's not going to put us in his cabinet because we are criticizing him. No, he won't be a president of Zimbabwe because he does not want to. That's not his job. His job is to be a pretend opposition, to sell you opium. That is why he's not afraid. Have you ever heard Nelson Chamisa fearing going to jail or anything? He doesn't go to jail. What for? He's paid. We did say before the election, if you just check my videos, I've been saying the same thing about Nelson Chamisa and the CCC, that they are just selling us a pipe dream. And the Zimbabweans are buying it, they're eating it like cake. And you'll be wondering, but people support him. It's a hired crowd. Okay. The crowd in the front, you see, this is how these guys are very clever. Yo, Matsotso, so. Ah, my daughter. Here's how it works. They've got President Eating Nangagwa, the Polity Bureau of Zanu PF. Okay, we know them officially, the party that is leading. Then we have got the guys that make money using Zanu PF, the people that are in the mining industry. They gave each other farms, and they are giving each other business opportunities. These are not politicians, but they just Harare elite who have got money, so much money that they are the ones who are the kingmakers. They're the ones who allowed Iti Mnangagwa to be president. Although now I don't think there's anybody who's a kingmaker. Iti is a king himself right now, as far as I see it, because everybody else dead. Okay, try to be king dead. He's the only one who's alive. He's the dead of the country. And then this is how Zanu PF has done their thing. During the days of Robert Mugabe, there was a real opposition. The only opposition was Morgan Tsvangira. After Morgan Tsvangira, everything else is just a lie. Hey, Mgomana Chete Chete, it's just a lie, man. Let's just accept the truth. So what they do, this elite, they begin to hijack the opposition. Many opposition parties, including many smaller ones that were part of the election, they're just part and parcel of ZANU PF. And the biggest ZANU PF project, the most successful ZANU PF project, is Triple C's Nelson Chamisa itself. All of them and the Monzoras, it's the same thing. These boys are just eating money in Harar. All these Fatai Maheres, you know, if you think I'm lying, there is Zimbabweans who are in the UK and in the USA. They spend the whole day hosting Twitter, what do you call it? Twitter spaces, opposing ZANU PF. Can I ask you a question? If you're in the UK or the USA, how do you spend 15 hours hosting a Twitter space every day? Like, when do you work? Because as far as I know, I've never been to the UK, but I hear Zimbabweans, they work 3 jobs just to make a cut, just to make it. But there are these Zimbabweans who are always on Twitter spaces the whole day, every day. Which means they work where? They work there. They work on Twitter. They are paid agents by ZANU PF, by the oppressive regime. Let me put it clearly. ZANU PF is just part and parcel. It's a component of the oppressor. The oppressor just uses ZANU PF, uses Triple C, uses the Barakash of ZANU PF are paid to pretend as if they're supporters of ZANU PF, and then the so-called change agents of Triple C also paid to be a pretend opposition. And you Zimbabweans who are suffering, you will go to the Triple C side and come up with ideas. What must we do now that ZANU PF is rigging? Do you know what they're doing? They're harvesting your ideas. Just check YouTube. YouTube is littered by Zimbabwean opposition channels. Those people, do you know why they're in Zimbabwe not arrested? Because they are part and parcel of the of the game. The game is rigged, folks. The game is severely rigged. I don't want to mention names. Most of those YouTubers that you see that oppose ZANU PF, they actually paid by ZANU PF to oppose ZANU PF. Because you see, if you want to hold onto power, it is essential that you control your enemy, your opposition. It is a master strategist. Actually, I admire Emerson Mnangagwa for pulling it off. One thing I admire Edim Mnangagwa for is that when we did the elections, unlike in other African countries where there's violence in the run up to the elections, this one didn't have. Okay. Well, there might have been 1 or 2 deaths there. I do not know how that happened, but we did not have large scale violence, people dying left, right, and center. Nangako just played it smart. He just paid them. He gave Nelson Chamisa something, money, whatever it is, whatever they gave him. Just he buys them, he bought them. They are all eating money. You even listen to how Triple C doesn't oppose. And when they oppose, it's part of a script. So it's important to manage the optics. For you Zimbabweans, you have to see them opposing something. So after the elections, though they were just announced, it was just funny, just like they just come up with a figure, 2.3 million versus 1.8 million. Where the hell are they coming from? Like, and Chamisa doesn't even complain. Why he's got cheap hands? And I've been saying it this year that guys, you are not so Chamisa getting into an election year. Look how fat the guy has become. Which means that he's eating. If he's the man of God, when is he fasting? I was fasting towards the elections for Zimbabwe. He was eating. Why was he eating? Because he had already won. He already knew the outcome. He knew that he was not going to win. All right. He knew that. And he knew that he just has to manage expectations. Remember, Zimbabweans were just being managed. Your emotions and expectations are managed. So by the way, in this case, Nelson Chamisa becomes a very powerful asset that the elite in Harare have, because he fills that gap of the opposition leader or the supposed opposition leader, so that when you Zimbabweans have got grievances against the ruling elite in Harare, you go to Nelson Chamisa and then he says, change is coming, very soon, very soon. And then they come up with this stupid slogan, chete chete. You do know why they call him chete chete? So that no one else can rise and try to remove Zanu-PF from power. And then when they galvanize all opposing forces under Nelson Chamisa, then the elite in Harare knows very well that whatever is uprising is gonna uprise through CCC, and they're able to put a cap as to how far it can go. So it's not like they don't want opposition at all. That's why I'm saying that ET has been smart in his politics. I want to be clear about what I praise concerning ET and what I am against. I praise the fact that him, whether it's him or it's the CIA, because this is very intelligent, the way that he does it. At least I respect that people, there was no violence. There wasn't much violence towards the elections and even after the elections, because he paid his boys nicely. So no PF boys, triple C boys, everybody's happy, mwah, perfecto, except for the rest of the Zimbabweans. That's what the problem is. That's why I'm going to oppose you. If you're going to be out of power, always God. Now, here's the thing. This Uchamisa wake, they go into election. Chamisa loses the election, and then he says one go to court, which is strange. Why? Then they come up with some flimsy excuse, and then they have got this guy who, remember that this day of the day of the election, there was this supposed Faz guy who went and disturbed some triple C, what you call it, a press conference. In just the stage way of Manzana, this is just a script. These boys, they think that we were fools in Harare. They just make a script. And even, I don't even trust people who get arrested. I don't even trust if that Jacob Garivuma is really arrested for real. Perhaps he's even paid. How do you know that Job Scala's family is not being paid for him going to jail? Everything in Harare is a script. There's no real thing. If it sees you're in politics, it gives you money. Except for me, he has never paid me. It pay money. Must also get paid. Everybody's getting paid in Harare. Everyone who's in politics is getting paid. And by ET, you see, okay, I understand. That is a master strokes in politics. Not in building the nation. In retaining power. ET is very good at it. And let me show you something. There's nobody in Harare who matters, who wants ET to be out of power. Because he has bought all of them, and they are all part and parcel of the system. They all have a role to play somewhere. Whether they are in Zanu-PF or in opposition, they all get paid. They all get their fair cut of the share. Listen, even those economists that are against Zanu-PF, they are paid to be economists who are against Zanu-PF. Okay, that's how it is. You see, I'm doing like an Indian now. They are paid to do that. Everybody is paid to do something. It's just you who is not in the know, one who's not in the in. Everyone who's in it, including YouTubers and personalities that are against Zanu-PF, they're in Zimbabwe. Then you feel like, oh, they are really they change agents. There's no change agent, man. They're just playing. All of them. All of them. That's why I say when I lead my government, there's nobody in Zanu-PF or Triple C who's going to be part of it. All of them. I don't want them. All of those Igbo mandazas, you see them going up and down. All those Nigel Chanangiras always pretending to be opposite. They are just all of them. All of those rich people in Harare who are all making money are happy with Idim Nangago. Oh, they are lying when they. You see, here's the thing. To show you that what I'm saying is true, I've been prophesying for the past 2 years. Have you ever heard any one of them talking about my channel or me? The fact that what God has told me about Harare. Have you ever heard anyone? Zero. Do you know why? Because I am not part of the deal. Them, they know each other with their channels, with their radio stations, with their newspapers. Some of them are pro Zanu, some are anti Zanu. All of it. Group. She Illuminati since it's a Harare. She Illuminati chaku Harare. When she in Illuminati chavo and pache Illuminati chavo, you unafanda kupinda somewhere. Okay. Kana wapinda uriwe triple C. They understand. Okay, you're going to be blaming us. You're going to be blaming Zanu PF. You're going to say, Court Mafia must go, blah, 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 blah. They know that, okay, sure, boy. Get your people who support you. Come on, boy. Tell them, what are they going to do? Oh, Murugu Vara border. Oh, okay. We're going to do that. Okay, it's fine. We're going to send police. It's going to beat 1 or 2 if we're going to do this. We're going to make it look like we're going to arrest 3 or 4 of you, this and that, but then you'll be out after 1 month or 1 week or whatever. Blah, blah. It's just part of the deal. Perhaps they are real arrests. Somewhere along the way, there probably is some real political arrests. And deaths are real. Remember death, you remember that we are dealing with the occultists. Occultists really do need blood at the end of the day. So there is a real death that might come, okay, for occultic reason. And perhaps there is a real death because that's what happens if you've got a violent government. But Idim Nangago this time around has not been violent, which is a good thing. I like the fact that he's playing his politics. I'm praising the politics. I'm yet to go to the economics. Okay. Just now I'm in the politics of maintaining power. ED is a genius in maintaining power because he has paid everyone. The people that own gold mines, diamond mines, and the farms, the business interests in Zimbabwe, they all are happy with ED because they are actually making money. They might have their own contentions within themselves, which have got nothing to do with changing the status quo, but perhaps got to do with being on top of the other. But within the framework of Harare's elitism, which includes Zanu PF and Triple C in Nelson Chamisa. That's why Chamisa is relaxed. Can I ask you a question, Zimbabweans, please? I mean, really, if you're a serious opposition figure of a country like Chamisa, and the economy is so bad, and you say the elections were rigged against you, is this the way, the posture that you must be so relaxed? The guy is too relaxed for me. He's too relaxed to be real. Because it's not real, it's all fake. Everything is fake. And you know, if you're like me and you follow these things that they do, whether it's online or wherever, every day there is always something. There's a drug that they give us. There's a story. To Zugu Zugu. It's diabetes, did this and that, did PT, is a sellout, blah, 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 blah. Next week, it's something else. It's going to be 15 MPs recalled. It's just a noise to keep, just to buy time after time after time. The one that I hate the most is the Twitter ones. Because the Twitter ones, they're just there to harvest people's ideas, to hear what people are saying, what they think we must do. Then they're jotting down the agents of the gold mafia. Oh, they want to do this. They want to do this. How do we cover that one? Okay, let's do this. Let's go and make another Twitter space and say Zanu must go now. How to remove Zanu from power? And then New Zimbabweans, who must do this? They're writing down. Okay, so if they do that, how do we cover that? That's what is happening. So what is happening? Most of the people that are opposing, especially the voices in Zimbabwe, even including the ones that go to jail, they are all liars. There is a few, perhaps there's a few who are real. I do not know who they are, but perhaps there is a few. It needs the Holy Spirit to tell you. I mean, right now in Zimbabwe, I will only gonna listen to the Holy Spirit. If it doesn't say, I am looking at all of them in Harare as liars, all of them, unless if God justifies them. Okay. So you see, those like Chris and Twangu, you know them, there's no PF, they're just eating money, everybody knows, and they know that you know. And they know that you're not gonna do anything about it because you don't have the power and the potential to rise above Nelson Chamisa because they've already arrested the millions of Zimbabweans into Chamisa. And by the way, Chamisa doesn't have millions of supporters. What Chamisa has, since he's a fake opposition, pretend opposition set up by the Harare elite, and he has got these fake YouTube channels who support him because they are part of the system. And then they hire a crowd, fake CCC, so-called change agents, who are actually being paid. They're like the Barakashi, the Rabakashis of the CCC. If you want to say that Chamis and the CCC are fake, when he left MTC and started CCC, did you see all of a sudden the whole country was painted yellow? Can I ask you a question? Where did the money to print all those t-shirts come from all of a sudden? The budget of CCC is huge. They say they don't have money, but I saw towards the elections, their campaigning, it was professional staging, sound engineering, everything, the works, just like Zanu PF. Then you be like, a lot of money goes into this thing. Where does it come from? This money. If Chamisa claims that they have got no big donors, it's just change agents who donate, it's a lie. And then when Chamisa is moving, you see these CIO looking guys wearing suits with big 4x4s. There've been like 10, 15 of them running around. Who are those people? Where do they come from? And what are they doing? Because I think that if I were to be an opposition leader with ordinary members supporting me, who are the 4x4s coming? They all look the same. They look like the intelligence agents. So he says, I say, oh, like this is just a Zimbabwe intelligence that is pretending to be an opposition. So the rest of the Zimbabweans don't know. And you always see they like this mantra of Chamisa chete. And they don't want anyone else. If you want to be attacked on Zimbabwean media, try what I'm doing. I don't care. I'm a man of God. Listen here, don't play. Holy is Jehovah. I won't walk alone. Not what that. Challenge Chamisa if you want to see what they're going to do to you. Do you know why they will oppose you? It's because they do not want their golden goose to be competed against. Compete against it, no one cares. It's fine. Compete against Chamisa, you will see fireworks. Because they need to get the country in control. If today the rest of the Zimbabweans choose to follow me instead of Chamisa, the gold mafia will not sleep because they do not know what to do. Because now Chamisa is their way of arresting the what you call it, of arresting the revolution. They know that all of you revolutionary, let's change arches. As long as you support Chamisa, you're not gonna go anywhere because it's their boy. If you say Chamisa, let's go into this, he probably will agree and say yes. Why? Because he doesn't want to give you the impression that he's doing nothing. Yet at the same time, he doesn't want to do too much overboard that can topple the government. Because it is not his intention to topple the government. His job, his assignment is to pretend as if he wants to topple the government. But he won't. And they are afraid of people like you and me who indeed want to bring change to Zimbabwe. So the ruling elite in Harare will make sure that Chamisa is fine, his family is taken care of. Can I ask you a question? How do you think Nelson Chamisa is going to change the country when he's got money, his wife and kids, they look nice, everything, they are perfect. Zimbabwe is nice for them. They don't want change. Why must Nelson Chamisa want a change when he's making money? He's good. These the lawyers at Triple C, they are fine. Why must they want to see a change? They don't want. They've got no incentive for a change of government because they are okay. It is you and I who are suffering Zimbabweans who are looking at them with hope, hoping that they are going to get into power and change. Them they are already in power. Ndio power yacho. Urikutamba iwewe. These guys in Harare, they are super clever. They are super clever. That's why I'm saying going to start a new government. Chef Visa versus Zanu PF, Triple C, Zwese, the whole Ipomandaza, Wanachanangira, Wanamton and Ton, they say, but don't oppose them because they are not opposing. That's not how you oppose. Okay, that's how you aid an elite in power. That's what you get. That's what you do when you want to aid the elite in power. So when the real opposition led by the Holy Spirit this time around rises, my God, because we're going to oppose for real. Okay, we're going to oppose for real. The elite will be forced to come to the table, bargaining table, and concede. They will need to negotiate a shared future for all Zimbabweans, not just for the few. They have captured Triple C. And Triple C, because Zimbabweans are gullible, they just love money, they just agreed. As if like the woman of the night who was just given money, that they sell their body, their soul. What am I saying? Triple C has sold its soul to the devil. So you don't have an opposition in Zimbabwe, you're wasting your time. You can oppose, but as long as you're going to do it with Chamisa or with Triple C, my friend, you're wasting your time. You're not going to succeed because you'll be working with my CIO, and mafia, and called mafia. They will not tell you. They will be agreeing with you and say, yes, I want ZANU-PF must go. But the ZANU-PF themselves telling you that ZANU-PF must go. It's because they want to say, after they fail, they'll say, at least we tried. Yes, what else can we do? You see, that is hell. Okay, that's how they have captured the people of Zimbabwe. They have captured the heart of the Zimbabwe. That is what I do not like. You see, if I were Chamisa, I won't engage with the gold mafia. It's okay. I won't engage even with the CIOs. It's okay with the soldiers and whatever, and be a pretend opposition. It's okay. I would do that. However, I'll say to them, okay, Mr. Iti Mnangagwa, you want to win. All right, it's fine. You're going to rig elections. I won't go to court, but build schools, build roads, make the economy work. And then I'll step back. But nothing is happening. Chamisa, he is not weak, as in he can't remove ZANU-PF. Vele he can't remove ZANU-PF. He is weak as in he doesn't want the status quo to change. He himself, Chamisa, is actually part of the problem. That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Chamisa and Triple C are part of the problem, but because whether it's a spirit that makes Zimbabweans eyes to be closed, I don't know. That is why it is what it is. So we really need a real revolution, and a real revolution needs to come from within your heart. Do you have empathy for others? It all boils down to that thing. ZANU-PF is not empathetic. Triple C is not empathetic. That is why they've sold their souls to the devil, because they've got no empathy, no love whatsoever for the suffering with grandmothers. As I said, I don't have a problem with ED buying people in the Triple C. I don't have a problem with that. I actually don't have a problem even with ZANU-PF wrecking elections. But this is Africa. It is a king. He doesn't want to go through what the Americans call democracy, like the voice of the people or whatever. He's like, okay, I'm king. We will ZANU-PF. It's okay. See, it's okay. I don't mind the rigging part. I don't have a problem with the rigging part. I don't even have a problem with them calling Chamisa and giving him money under the carpet. But at the end of the day, after doing that, after maintaining total dominion, total power, build the country, Pela. How? So, manje, if you're not going to build the country, which means that all of this buying Triple C people and creating this Zanu versus Triple C fake nonsense, it's all about feeding yourselves and your family only and no one else. I mean, who doesn't know that there is no democracy in USA? We all know that there is not, in fact, we all know there is no country with democracy. People decide who leads. There is, the democracy is not as they tell us to be. Okay. At least the Democrats and the Republicans, they build America. Okay, there is a rule of law, there is order, there is, you can dream to become something in America and become that. Joe Biden will not stop you, they will not send the FBI and say, hey, you're trying to be successful, we're going to destroy you. Elon Musk, a South African, becomes an American. He's the richest person in America right now. They're not trying to stop him from succeeding, but not in Zimbabwe. You see, if I were ED with total power, king power, because it is a king. I mean, let's talk about real power dynamics. Forget about democracy because it doesn't even exist. It is a king because he has won the game of power. Okay, a dominion through whatever means, but he is the one with power. Just because you are king does not mean that you have to be cruel. Not all kings are cruel. Look at King Charles III in Britain. I mean, he has got total power of Britain. Nobody can remove him. You can't remove King Charles. But the British economy is working. So the British monarchy has got a political system. You also notice that in Britain also there isn't democracy. But yet the system created this semblance of democracy so that the people would have a choice. They are given a choice between the few that they give them. If people vote Labour, it's Labour. If they vote Conservative, it's Conservative. They don't have to rig anything because it doesn't matter who becomes the leader of the UK. They are answerable to the king. And when they answer to the king, King Charles doesn't tell his prime ministers to say, let us steal all the wealth of Britain to ourselves. Let us destroy the cause of Britain. No. King Charles and the prime minister are working on improving education, improving healthcare, improving living conditions of the British public. It's a huge thing. It's important to them that the people must be well kept. Even though King Charles has got dominion power, he can just say, screw all of you. I don't care. I'm king. I can do what I want. It's the same thing where it is in that position. He can do anything that he wants. He decides to be cruel. The Bible says that whore is a nation whose king is a fool. If your king is cruel, woe to the nation. Okay, that's what the Bible says. I feel like God is punishing Zimbabwe because if God loves Zimbabwe really, he will give us a king who loves us. Because the one who is a king has got no one above him. They can do pretty much anything. They can do good, they can do bad, it doesn't really matter. You understand? But what we have with E.T. is he's a truly is a king. He defeated everybody else. He became a king. But as he becomes a king, he hasn't used that kingship, that total dominion, to bless his subjects. No, he uses it to oppress his subjects. Because he has got a free will to either oppress his subjects or to bless them. He chooses to oppress them. And then those that are close to him, who are in the opposition, he pays them, obviously. The Chamisas are happy. He makes sure that those that are surrounding him are happy. I also don't even have a problem with him making Triple C happy. I don't have a problem with Barakashi being bought, being paid for Zanu PF propaganda. I don't even have a problem with the so-called change agents also being bought and paid for Triple C / Harare elite agenda. I don't have a problem with them creating that system. It's okay. The problem is that after creating that system, how? Build the country. What does it take to build? God damn it, build this fucking road for crying out too loud. Prepare. Why must there be potholes? Why? Do you know why they don't want to do anything? Well, it's because they understand global politics that, at the end of the day, the global leaders, the people that run the world, who are more powerful than Zanu-PF, we've got bigger armies than Zanu-PF, are happy with an oppressive government in Harare because that is exactly what they want. If you oppress 20 million Zimbabweans and you destroy their livelihoods, you are doing what the global superpower would have done anyway, but now you are doing it on their behalf without them asking you because you're just corrupt to the core yourself. Washington is called corruption as well. You really need to understand that as well. Some of the contentions that Washington has with countries around the world, they want to be number one. So they are number one. So they don't want countries that succeed. Look, now they're fighting with China because China has done well. So if you're Zimbabwe and they're doing terrible, oh, it's a blessing. Like, okay, terrible. We are number one. 20 people out of the competition for resources. The 20 million Zimbabweans are not competing for buying cheddar cheese. Okay, cheddar cheese is sold to the rich white people and a few blacks. The rest are suffering. They're just looking for sata only and water and sugar. They can sleep on that. Sata with water and sugar, that's enough. So they understand that no one really cares about black people anywhere around the world. You think that King Charles doesn't sleep at the night think about my poor Zimbabweans? No, he doesn't. He doesn't care. I respect the guy, but he doesn't care. Okay, that's it. So ZANU-PF understands that part. So they rest on that. But God has got another ace that they did not know about. That is what I'm going to talk about in the next video. But for now, you need to know that ZANU-PF and the CCC, ED, and Chamisa are just wasting your time, Zimbabweans. If you really want your country to be free, oppose everything. ZANU, CCC, everyone that you've ever seen on TV, you've ever read about in the newspaper should not be part of the new government. I do not care who they are. They must give us reasons why we must include them, because they've been part of this diabolic, oppressive system. It's very diabolic. The diabolism is not in the setup. The diabolism is what they do after they succeeded to maintain elitism. They decide to destroy the livelihoods of everybody. They don't care. They are full of hate. They are full of evil. Those CCC change agents are full of evil. That's the judgment that I'm setting on them. That how do you live with yourselves? Okay. Those Ipomandas, you'll be seeing them always complaining. They are happy. They're having fun. They've got money. The Trevors. What is his name? That guy with the YouTube channel. Trevor. Conversations with Trevor Ncube. They are happy. Harare is fine. But the role that they play is the role of complaining on your behalf. As if that complaining is going to bring change. But they know that the complaining won't bring change. But it will keep you entertained, thinking that at least we have got some heroes fighting for us. Not knowing that the heroes they are given heroes that are actually not heroes, but part of the diabolic system. All of them, all of you in Harare, we are part of that system. Therefore, if you want to take Zimbabwe forward, all of them must go. All of them. If I were to lead a new government, you will not see anyone, people that you know, you won't see them. It will be hard. The Bible says that it is hard to save. It will be hard for a righteous man to enter heaven. In my government, it will be hard for anyone from ZANU-PF or CCC to even enter in it. Because I will ask you very difficult questions about what we're doing in the past 43 years when people were suffering. They are criminals, all of them. We need to start afresh. Or rather get some old men from the village who's a retired headmaster of some primary school and make a minister of education. Someone that you do not know, you've never heard before, he has never been on the newspaper, he has never been on social media. That God can just say, that one, that's the one, that's one. Gwanda, whatever, that primary school in Gwanda, that tall guy. Yeah, let me tell you who I just remembered. There is a tall guy, a very tall guy, slim guy. He works at Gwanda passport office. Okay, it's a Gwanda passport office. This guy is thin, he's tall. I have never, I don't know how many times I've been to that passport office, many times in Gwanda, because that's my constituency. I have never seen anybody with good service in the whole Zimbabwe more than that guy. I wonder if he's still alive, because the last time I saw him was many years ago when I was busy doing passport things. That guy, I, that guy, even if I become president of Zimbabwe, that guy will be something. I'm telling you, that is mwah. I think if you are from multiple, if you're from Bulawayo or you're from Gwanda or from Bulili Mamango, and you have been frequenting the passport office in the past 10, 15, 20 years, you probably know the person I'm talking about. You know him when they, in the passport offices, there's always queues. There's passport ID places, birth certificate things. There's always queues. There's always bad service. That's one thing. Bad service, government staff is always rude, but not that guy. I think everyone who goes to the Gwanda passport office knows the person I'm talking about, because he stands out, and not only once, all the time. Trust me, I've lost my ID many times. I've been there. I've lost my passport many times. I've been there. I've done my IDs, my birth certificate many times. I go to Gwanda passport office to fix my documents many, maybe 10 times. And every time I see that guy and I see his service levels, oh my God, I used to wonder, this guy, who is paying him? But he just paid normal government salary. But the rest of the other people, they don't care. Next, have a putty, Puma, hey, they don't have care. They hate their job. But only that guy. How about that guy? I don't want to tell you what I would make him. But if I was the president of Zimbabwe, that guy and people like him are the ones who deserve to be in government, not these chatty, pretend, useless ones. Wasting our people, wasting the resources of the nation. They're just there to eat gold mafia money. That's it. That's all that they're doing. And this video is not too long. I'm talking too much. I'm gonna talk on the next video about what needs to be done.